Interesting. I'm getting emails and tweets from people, and I wish I could find some of them now, but now they're all talking about Bill Donahue. But what they're saying, Roland, and I'll just have to tell you what I'm reading from some of these folks is,
sure.
Wait a minute. This is the president that was promising green jobs. Here it is. Here it is. Take this one right here, if you would, Robert. President Obama drilling for oil, question mark, exclamation, exclamation. Whatever happened to green jobs? Duh. Roland, there are people wondering if the president is actually doing an about-face here. What's your take?
Well, obviously, environmentalists are not at all happy with this decision to drill along the Atlantic coast as well as the Gulf Coast. But it's interesting what is missing. You don't see any announcement as it relates to drilling along the West Coast, primarily because largely liberal base. The president won California, Oregon, and Washington State, and I think they probably knew they would face a stern opposition drilling off of the West Coast. Now, I've been getting emails, Congressman Bobby Scott of Virginia and other Democrats along the eastern quarter who are saying, wait a minute, our environmental coast are just as important as they are on the West Coast.
You know what you're saying? You know what you're saying? You're saying that the President of the United States is essentially saying to the South, you know what? You don't vote for me. You don't like me. You're where all those tea parties come from.
No.
I'm gonna drill off of your coast, but I'm not gonna drill off the places where they voted for me.
No,
you saying
that's
that?
what I'm saying. Well, first of all, no, I'm not saying that. First of all, I think what you've seen is you have seen Republicans who have been calling for increased drilling in these areas. The White House will respond by saying, wait a minute, we're simply saying you already have the leases. Either you drill on these on the land or you simply give the land back. Politics has to play a role here. Remember, the president is trying to have a much larger energy plan, facing stern opposition for Republicans. I don't necessarily believe, though, that this move announced today is going to actually generate significant Republican votes, because you know what they're going to say? Hey, we want to see drilling on the West Coast. We want to see drilling in Alaska. We want to see more and more and more. So I don't think that this is going to satisfy the folks who wanted increased drilling in different parts of the United States.
We know that. We're already getting that. As a matter of fact, I'm already looking at tweets that we've been following here today as we try to get a sense for what the mood is from the politicians. The right is saying you're not going far enough, and the left is saying, hey, hold on here. What happened to the environmentalist president?
And look, and I think it is important, because it's very difficult when you say during the campaign that we must wean ourselves from this addiction to oil. In fact, it was actually President George W. Bush who used that word addiction when it comes to oil. And so this is the president who has been talking about alternative sources of energy. And so why necessarily make this type of announcement when you were touting green jobs? You were talking about solar panels, talking about wind turbines. You have T. Boone Pickens, who's really been pushing for the use of natural gas. Talking about wind farms.
But this president always talks about doing things because they're right, not because they're politically expedient. Is he making this decision? And you can no. I want you to answer. I'm going to put you. I'm going to put you on the spot here.
Politician,
Well, is it political expediency, or is it the right thing to do for the American people? Which one is he leaning toward this time?
Frankly, if I had to put a number on it, I would probably say it's 70-30 or 80-20 politics.
Political expediency. Thank you, Roland.
I think so. I just think so.
Hey, and I appreciate your candor, and I think so do most viewers. When that's the reason we have you on. R&R with Roland Martin continues here weekly. Thanks.